started at a high note. It looked like maybe they will get a goal at the beginning of the game, but they pounced as quickly as they had started the game.
Eric Molefe and Zabakwena.
That was almost a goal, nearly, almost. Credit should go to the goalkeeper. The striker just missed to put power into that ball.
Otherwise, Zambia were on the alert. Let's see what Botswana can do now here. They will have to use their midfielders really to attack Zambia, because that defense is very solid. As we see this attempt here, he managed to go around the defender there, but the goalkeeper did very well. Very lazy connection by the Zambian there. Otherwise, we could be talking a different story here. Evans. Dispossessed by Kahose Hoko, the man from TU. And plays the ball to Entle. Unobata struggled there to regain possession, and the Zambians will clear their lines really. And it will be that danger man again there. He gives them so much shade. Kizito Chielo. He plays for Green Eagles in Zambia. Zambia on the attack there, and it's the captain who will deal with the ball. He's been very solid in that back. They have not conceded any goals so far, this defense here, although it's the goals that they haven't been scoring. It's a good ball. The goalkeeper does have to deal with the attention of Ronald Kampamba there. No protection from the referee. We apologize for that break-up in the transmission there, but we haven't missed any action really. It's still 0-0 the score here in Molopolole. We do apologize for that break-up. We hope the game can continue and finish here. Botswana on the attack. Kahose Hoko. Entle will have to do that. Let's see, Kaho. Mila, good ball. By Poledi. Good chattering with that ball, and the game here. Zambia on the attack. We do apologize really for that breakup in transmission. As I said, we haven't really missed anything here, except a few attacks, sporadic it must be said, on the Botswana side. And the skipper here will take his time. Moses Sansumo, the man who plays for Kongola Blades back home in Zambia. They do have a man who can throw that ball very hard. And Malan Kondwe is on the bench, and his throwing is as good as that. The Zambian player is out injured, and the referee will go and check to see how he might have picked that injury. It does look like it's Kisito Siansumo. And as soon as the Zambian goes on the turf, the Botswana coach here. I don't know how he really got this one here. It doesn't look like doesn't really look like Buyano Komoto did anything to him really.
He's holding his head, but it doesn't look like there was any injury to the head there. Looks quite injured.
Unless perhaps maybe if he fell awkwardly there, or if maybe it was a knee from behind. If it was on the back, I would understand, but then it's on the head. And the referee rightfully stopping the game because it was a head injury. Zambia trying to launch that attack. It's a very good crowd, it must be said. The Zambians have also come out in full force really to support their team. And good to see, good to watch really. You need to give a pat on the back for Kosafa. The organization has really been spot on. Botswana gave away possession cheaply. The tame shot will go out for a goal kick. It was an attempt there by Ronald Kampamba, the Nkana man there, who at one point in time he had gone for trials in South Africa with the Premier League there, the Premier team Super Sport United. They'll be hoping to go back again during the recess here, as most leagues are going on recess to give way for the AFCON. Zambia, part of that team that will go on for the AFCON, just as is the case with Botswana. One of the few countries in Southern Africa really who would have that opportunity to go. Zambia on the counter here, 5 against 5. Let's see what he can do. He dilly-dallies, and the captain does very well. He's been very instrumental, this captain, it must be said. And assistant referee has blown for offside really. And the referee there acknowledging his assistant.
Zambians haven't really changed their match plans that much. They still are sticking to their back four. They have crowded the midfield. The only difference is that this midfield is mobile now in the first half of the game. Normally it will be stagnant, and that will pose a danger to Botswana.
They have a solid back for Zambia. Never the ones to lose shape really. And the midfield for Zambia, they are very quick. Once the ball is passed from the goalkeeper there, they put pressure onto the players who are receiving the ball there. So they will really have to be very alert and make sure that they don't lose possession, because they could be punished from those kind of balls.
So look, the numbers that go up for Zambia whenever Zambia is on attack.
And Tlabakwena will play to Kago Seroko. Kago dummies very well. Can he put in a cross? Yes, he does. It's a very tame shot. They failed to connect to that cross here. It was a very good cross from Kago. Having a much better day than the previous game that he had. Now, Kenalemang, he still has to pick the ball from the net. But you can bet on your last cent that it could happen in this game, because the Zambians are very deadly. They have been involved in games that have had scores. All the games they played here, the Zambians. And when they go forward, they can be mesmerizing. Here they are. Bruce. Forced to go back was Bruce. Bruce, the captain does so well. He's been so towering. And there's going to be a card for simulation there. Sometimes really, when a player goes down, often it does not necessarily mean that he's looking for a penalty. It could just mean that he's sick and then he just went down. Sometimes you don't necessarily have to give the player a card just because he went down.
Especially looking at the condition of the pitch now, it's been raining a little bit. This artificial turf, anything can happen here. So the referees should be close to the action.
You can deny him a penalty because it's not a penalty, but to go and give a player a yellow card for simulation when clearly he wasn't even looking for a penalty really, sometimes can be harsh.
Especially at this age. He's
so
hitting
early,
as a player.
so early in the game. It can also give pressure to the. There he goes. There's Sinkala there. Patrick Sakala. Sakala watched by 2 men. And the big centre back there, Buyane Komoto, will have no nonsense and he'll kick the ball out. The captain, Moses Sansumo. Zambia with that ball there. Botswana will clear the lines, but not too far really. And Zambia will come again.
So Zambia nearly has got 12 goals. Like we're talking about goals, they've scored 12 goals in this tournament, bringing 4 against Mauritius and holding Tanzania to a 3-3, and also winning the game against South Africa 5-1.
They do score a lot of goals, Zambia, especially if the defense is not alert. But I can tell you, I've looked at the Botswana captain there, Tsepo Baipuledi. He plays for BDF 11. It's one of the Premier League teams here in Botswana. He's been very solid at the back there. And, not intimidated really, not scared, because he plays with the big boys really. And, Botswana can clear their lines, but it's the manner in which they approach that they are opting to skip the midfield. That has been the problem. It's a foul to Botswana, and the spectators are surprised because Botswana had possession of that ball and the referee blew the whistle. There's the captain.
I think the crowd is rightly surprised. Botswana was on advantage, so I don't know what informed the referee to probably stop the game.
Sepa Mukotedi as well as Michael Pila are the ones who have to make a restart to this tournament and given an opportunity because the other players are injured. Talked about Langa Babuli, and is equally also injured.
Botswana has to do better in the midfield. Like we're saying, there's no connection in the midfield. Zambia is collecting all the balls there, and that will do a lot of damage for Botswana.
I spoke earlier to the coach for Botswana, and if you look at their formation here, he does have about 3 players who he only has one striker up front and 3 players in the middle of the park who are supposed to stop the Zambian midfield from playing, but doesn't look like that's the case. Zambia has a chance here. Can they hit from outside the box? No. Kisito Chielo. And to be clearance there by Inter. Unobatsa fighting for possession there. Baulene giving it away. He also plays for a premier side in Botswana for Tafik. Ohomurita Baulene. He's been a very useful midfielder. Good ball by Ronald. Kampamba. It's going to be the corner kick to Botswana. And here's the crowd. So fond of their team. It's a short corner. They've scored. Zambia has scored, but it's offside. It's offside. They were caught sleeping there. And they can side with relief really. The assistant referee really saw an infringement inside that box. Otherwise, not properly picked there. Let's see what the problem was. The second player to touch that ball was offside. The second player to touch that ball was offside.
So Botswana escaped through an offside decision by the referee.
What a scare for the locals. Kampamba will come again. They'll keep coming, the Zambians. Slower in deciding for that ball there. Eric Mulifi. Wasn't quite sure whether the goalkeeper was coming out for the ball or not. And had to play the ball outside.
Botswana definitely playing under pressure now. The midfield, the Zambian midfield here.
So another corner to Zambia. And the last time the corner was kicked here, they couldn't handle it. Can they handle it this time? Isito. They do much better this time around. Can they clear their lines in good time? Onside! Twice the ball has come across the face of the goal, and the Zambians have failed to deal with it. So it's an opportunity, and they know very well that that's a less. They've let them off really.
Clearly a waste. Nearly three Zambian players let the ball pass through, and the one that got it ballooned it over the bar unnecessarily because the other players were unmarked.
Botswana living dangerously there. They're giving possession away. The goalkeeper there, you really have to be very tight on the Zambians. You cannot afford to give them easy balls like that. They really have to be decisive when they clear those lines, putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. And now the captain will be spoken to, and he will have a yellow card. Yellow card. They are dancing with the devil, really, the young zebras. And this man, I don't know whether because Adriano has scored 6 goals, has surpassed him, this can affect his judgment, just that he will seek personal glory more than the team's. Kangwa! Goal is beautiful. Kangwa! This man is very deadly. He's deadly. He deceived the goalkeeper. And now Zambia have taken the lead.
Wonderful take indeed. The defense didn't move. The line didn't move. The goalkeeper, he made the ball when it was already off the bar.
Poor judgment of the ball by the goalkeeper.
Down Angola.
A joint top goal scorer. And the coach now talked to them. Clearly, they had invited trouble upon themselves. They played an area and they're pressing on that ball, the midfield, to the other side of the Zambian area there. So I'm sure the coach will be very serious with them because clearly it's a free kick too. And you don't do that. You don't do that. I repeat that.
Lots of talented, they will definitely tough time this afternoon. They really organize themselves.
They will have to deal with having to come from behind, and really they shouldn't be playing with fear, because if you are playing with Zambia, really, you've got to play without fear, really. It must be said. Botswana on the attack. Is that a foul? Yes, it is. To be a foul. And Botswana can send some men forward there to see if they can benefit from this. If you look at the first game between Zambia and Tanzania, that defense can be very slow for Zambia. They need players who can be very quick, who can take them on. Because 3 times Tanzania were able to break that defense. Very good ball, goes wide for a goal kick.
It was well taken. Jesse 18 just missed that ball. It would be a goal.
Good ball there by Eric Mulefi. And the goalkeeper overstressed in trying to handle that ball. Look at that ball, how it was handled. No contact with the goalkeeper really.
It was a difficult ball to deal with, Nelly. He didn't know which direction, if it was going to meet another player or what, so he tried to take it off the line, but it was too far away from him.
He fell very awkwardly on his back. He actually collided with his own defender there, and the 2 of them are being attended to. And this crowd has been kept very quiet now with that goal. And the bench is watching very carefully. There were a few showers earlier on in the game, and now the sun has come out. And the little ones here are still expecting a goal. A very good crowd, it must be said here. It's a very, very, very good crowd. And look at those that are here, the media, part of the media, and Zambia, they've come out in full force as well. Go, mighty Zambia, go. Reach their banner there. And the sun has come out full force now. You wonder whether the players will be slower in terms of their approach. And Moses Mapulanga will resume the game.
Managed to recover after stretching. Michael Piller just missing.
Bokotedi trying to go. They've been giving the ball away very carelessly. It looks like they're very scared of holding on to the ball, these young lads here. Of course, Zambia, very powerful. If you are not very strong, you can start the game with great fear, shaking your boots. If you have to look at the kind of games that they are playing. The referee has to bring the ball back because there was a foul and not giving Botswana the advantage because they still had possession anyway. You've got to look at whether the player is going to lose it. Once he loses, that's when you can call the ball back. But if the player has possession, then you really shouldn't be recording the ball.
The Zambian team having a lot of confidence, probably due to experience that they have, but the Zebras haven't really realized that coming to this level of the competition means that you are capable of doing it.
So many teams at the beginning of this tournament, 14 in all. Only 4 places were available. Those places were taken by Botswana, Malawi, Zambia, as well as Angola. But now they're fighting for only 2 places available. One has been taken already by Angola. And now 1 more place remaining here. Who is going to take that place? Zambia have taken a goal to be good for that late. And the captain will clear out very quickly. Moses Siansumo. And Botswana will try and put in a throw in. Let's see what Eric can do. It will be the first corner for Botswana. And can Eric take this? He's a left footer.
They got many corners against Swaziland, but they never converted one. Over 10 corners.
Let's see if they can make use of this one. Eric Molefe. He takes a corner. It's a good one. But Zambia will clear the lines. Kangwa. Cleverly, the ball will play out. Moshe Haungalele there forcing a throw in. But Kaho there tension on the ball. Kaho trying to force a corner. Let's see Haungalele, what can he do? Baulene, miss kick by him. And Zambia can go on the attack. But they are not able to hold on very long with the ball there. Mokotedi wins the ball fairly. Botswana on the attack now. What can he do? Mokotedi cheats himself with the ball. Seppo with a chance there. Of course, he could have passed to Michael Piller, but I think in his mind he thought that Michael Piller was offside. So that is why he couldn't pass the ball. Because he had ran offside really. And if you have to take on Zambia, you've got to make those little 1-2s there. That's how Tanzania were able to take them on, and they were able to play 3-2. If you play this kind of game, you are playing the Zambian kind of game really. Because they will wait for you, get a counter, and they can be very quick on the counter.
So Zambia on the lead. Through the ever so deadly Kangwa. Botswana still trying to find their feet in this game, and they're not very convincing.
Moses Siansumo, the capital of the team. The Konkola Blaze man. His captain inside with aplomb, scoring those goals against Mauritius and also against South Africa, and it will be a corner kick to Zambia. So Zambia has 4 corners to Botswana's 1. Let's see what they can do. And Zambia will take their time. This time around is Alex Sichoni, the Red Arrows man. The Red Arrows man. It's a good corner. Zambia there. They will let it go outside for a goal kick. But they misjudged it. The referee says it's another corner.
These corners are very dangerous to Botswana. You know, we are not really defending well at the back. Thunderbolt is the bar.
Against the pole, they claim it's another corner, but really the goalkeeper didn't touch that ball. It hit the goal post, but they have awarded another corner there. So 6 now to Zambia. And it will be Kisito Chielo. Is it going to be another corner? Corner number 7. Botswana can't seem to get out of their area.
They are clearly under pressure, Nelly. And this corner is one of them.
The defense is the Achilles really, but you can't blame them. The coach really hasn't had enough time to work with this team. And do I sound like I'm making excuses for them?
Because I think you are probably doing that because most of these teams, they are secondary school children, and then it hits the bar again.
It will be a free kick to Botswana, and it's just to have Patrick Sakala there, just to have pushed, so it will be a free kick.
I was just saying, most of these teams are secondary school kids, and most of the time they were writing their examinations. But with the Botswana coach, at least he has been coaching the team for the last, even the last Kosafa under 20 tournament, he was here.
This is a completely different team from the one that he used. This time around, he has no player in this particular team was there last year, unlike Zambia, who have got 8. In talking to him, he says he's preparing for other tournaments that are going to be coming the way under 20, and most of these Zambians are not going to be part of that team. Easy goal, really. The goalkeeper there should have done better. And Kizito Chielo scores the second goal. The midfield has collapsed, really. Ball watching, and Kizito has punished.
But you also had 6 defenders, zebra defenders on the 18th area, not picking anybody, just watching, and the men picked his spot and converted. See how well that goal was taken. Look at the Zebras players, they're not picking anybody. Now it's 2 Zambia, not the Zebras.
They would have to stop Zambia from playing in the midfield, really. That's where they really have to stop them from initiating those attacks. And surely that's not what they are doing. Looks like they are playing with fear. But this team, the Zambian team, really, I saw Tanzania playing against them. And clearly they were not fearful of them. They took them on. And 3-3, it was a 3-lag on that particular time. So when you are 2 goals down like this, there's no need really to be taking that bus. You really have to take the game to the Zambians. Make them also work. Make that defense also to be working. But as it is, the Zambian defense can start the ball at the back and even come and join the midfield. Sepo. They look to be very less physical in terms of their approach. The referee will give a free kick to Zambia.
The Zebras midfield is definitely in tatters. They are not helping the game. They are crowded at the back and not really doing much there.
The Zambians have forced them really. Every time they have the ball, they are very quick on them, which is what our midfielders are not doing to the Zambians. the big number 4 at the back there, Shishimba. They will play the ball forward, Zambia. Buyane, anywhere will do for him really. Had a chance to play back to the goalkeeper, but he just kicked the ball out. Buyane Kwamoso. And Zambia will take up their time really in getting that throw in. Can't really blame them. They have 2 goals. And therefore, they can be forgiven for taking their time. The captain, Evans Kangwa. Zambia on the attack is their captain. Play the ball, it will come to Baulene. Can he keep it? Usually no options to play this ball. Mokoteri. He plays the ball out. The youngster is overawed really. Clearly overawed. But you've got to be very patient with these boys here. It's a completely new team, Evans. Evans is very mature for his age. Very intelligent player he is. Kaho will play the ball to Baulene. Baulene back to Kaho. Kaho Sehoko kicks the ball forward there. It goes beyond. Can he challenge for it? The goalkeeper does well.
The other Zambian striker, Nele Kambamba, he's really had a quiet game this afternoon. But the young Zebras, they should not forget him. He can also be so deadly.
They've got to believe that this game is not over by any means. They should have watched the game between Angola, where they were 2 goals down, came back really in that game to win it. So they should be playing with their heads held high really. And he's been stuffed of the ball. Unobasambaiwa really. He has not had supply of the ball. He's a player who thrives on those balls. They should be giving him those balls. What are they playing, the coaches?
But with 4 defenders who are not really giving him any chance there and no support from the other midfielders, you know, it's really tough for the striker.
Of course, Zambia playing with that back 4. So if there's no support, it will be always very easy for them to deal with only one player.
You see the same mistake that Botswana played against Swaziland, where they relied on high balls in the first half. The players are short, they need to play the balls much lower.
They must resort to quick interchanging passes really for them to breach that defense. It's been very solid defense for Zambia. Let's see Kaho on the ball. Please, it's a long ball to Mbaiwa. Mbaiwa will get it. Let's see what can do. Good choice! Very unlucky, very unlucky, it must be said. Through the hands of the goalkeeper against the crossbar. Really, they should have taken 1 goal there. Botswana on the attack. Let's see what they can do. The captain will pump it forward back again here. Sechole will clear the line. And Botswana will have another chance to attack really. Mokoteri playing the quick ball without seeing really is a wasted chance. Let's see Zambia what they can do now here. Evans Kangwa as well as Bruce Musakanya not on the same pace there. But look at this. Very good ball in here. Mokoteri with that chance. The goalkeeper flushing the ball. He hits the cross there, the upright there. And then it's saved by Zambia. That was a chance, maybe.
It was a chance, but I feel Mokoteri should have chosen a spot there because he was alone on the 16th area. He could have picked this spot, not hit the ball towards the goalkeeper's hands, into the goalkeeper's hands.
Botswana will pick up some courage from that attempt there, really. That's what I said they need to do more often. That Zambian defense there is not as good as people think. Just that the team goes forward more often, and that covers up for their sloppiness at the back there.
The defense for Zambia is definitely not good, Nelly. We have seen it being exposed in many games here at the Mlepole Sports Complex.
Corner. Zambia will take it. And it's Patrick Sakala. And you can say off the post. And off your screen, 2 minutes will be added. This man has scored a brilliant goal, really. And it was a brilliant free kick. And Botswana really couldn't know what to do. You see, the problem is in the midfield here. The second ball, always it finds a Zambian. And Botswana will have to do better with the second ball, really. Let's see what Miller can do. No support for Miller, but he plays the ball wide out to Kaho. Sehoko, he's a very skillful player. He chases, but they will have a throw-in.
Botswana players are making wrong decisions. When there's support for them, they keep the ball. When there's no support, they release the ball.
Miller on the ball. They will square the ball. Can Zambia prevent a corner? Yes, they do. It will be another throw-in. And this time around, Intabakwena will come with it. Kaho. Sehoko, very skillful player. I doubt whether he has a belief in his abilities. It's a good ball there. Mokoteri. And it will be a goal kick.
It was a brave attempt by Mokoteri. They're going through between two defenders to try and get a goal there.
We are into the last minute of that added time. And Zambia, the 2 goals to be good, really, as we head towards the halftime. Can Kampamba make it 3? He's policed by the big center back there. Sichone! And that ball goes wide across the face of the goal. And it will be a goal kick, probably the last kick of this first half by the goalkeeper. Now, can he take it quickly to launch that attack? He's taking his time, really. And as he does so, the referee will blow for the halftime whistle. And it's the Zambian delegation who are in all praise here for their team. Botswana with everything really to do in the second half. And this is how the game would have gone. A tame chance here. And it was always going to be a problem. This one here, ruled offside. But there's chance here across the face of the goal twice. But it was this wonderful free kick, really, that set the ball rolling for Zambia. And here, Botswana missed a chance, really, to pull one back. And it was this man, really, who extended the lead. Botswana should have done better here, but they were very unlucky. Everything right they did. And this is how the first half ends. It's Zambia 2, Botswana 0. Let's meet again in the second half.
Most people think that any burger will do.
Any burger.
But baby, that simply ain't true. You see, with a delicious pure beef patty, crunchy onions and tomato, fresh lettuce, cheese, and our smoky big tasty sauce on a sesame seed bun. Nothing hits the spot like a McDonald's beef burger.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
This Saturday on SuperSport, the Blitzbucker will be looking to defend their territory when the Sevens World Series invades Nelson Mandela Bay. Then, can Wenger's Gunners make their superiority count when they host Everton at the Emirates? And Ziwa more when Orlando Pirates take on Bidvest Wits in the Telkom Knockout Final.
What makes an Xperia Arc S smartphone the smart choice? An array of state-of-the-art features, like access to over 300,000 apps, like Google Maps navigation, the GPS that gives you precise directions to your destination, a reality display with mobile Bravia engine, HD recording, an ultra-sensitive camera sensor captures beauty in even low light, and ultra-fast functionality with a 1.4 gig turbo processor. The Sony Ericsson Arc S. Find yours at SonyEricsson.com. Sony Ericsson, make.believe.
We have the 20 derby. I was telling my delayed live team. Super Sport United versus Mamelodi Sundowns will always have your back. We love it. It's Super Disc on Super Sport. Proudly brought to you by ABSA.
The Orange Africa Cup of Nations 2012 is coming to SuperSport. Catch all 32 games live and in HD. With Portuguese commentary on all games. Expert in-studio analysis of every match. A dedicated 24-hour football channel. And roving reporters providing up-to-the-minute news and behind-the-scenes access. AFCON 2012. Who's your money on? Exclusive to SuperSport.
Pass the seatbelt, please.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, you in real school now.
For 3 times the epic action every week. With the most brutal blockbuster movies every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'll keep that in mind.
It's blockbuster movies that will kick your head. Every Wednesday at 8:30 and Saturday and Sunday at 8. Only on Mnet Action. Brave enough.
The biggest event in European football is back.
Has to be, and it's caught. Stop scoring.
Get every game live and in HD with English and Portuguese commentary on all matches.
What a super save that is.
And a dedicated 24-hour Euro 2012 channel, taking your football viewing pleasure to the next level. The UEFA Euro 2012, exclusive to your World of Champions.
He's going to be just sitting behind the top striker there. And of course the man who changed the fortunes around for Botswana here, of course, Mr. Uno Botswana, the man who did the job there. Let's see what they can do here, Botswana. Satomokotede. He damages. He provides a cross. Michael Pilo. Pilo. Still Pilo. It's a lazy attempt to go out for a goal kick. Held the ball very well there, Michael Pila there, inside that box.
He had confidence inside the box. He managed to control the ball, though the defense was giving him a lot of pressure, but just missed.
You need to give a pat on the back for Kosafa. The organization has really been spot on. Botswana gave away possession cheaply. The tame shot to go out for a goal kick. It was an attempt there by Ronald Kampamba. The Nkana man there who at one point in time he had gone for trials in South Africa with a Premier League there. Zambia on the counter here. 5 against 5. Let's see what he can do. He dilly-dallies, and the captain does very well. He's been very instrumental, this captain, it must be said. And the assistant referee has blown for offside, really.
So look the numbers that go up for Zambia whenever Zambia is on attack.
And Tlabakwena will play to Kago Seroko. Kago dummies very well. Can he put in a cross? Yes, he does. It's a very tame shot. They failed to connect to that cross here. It was a very good cross from Kago. Having a much better day than the previous game that he had. It's a short corner. They've scored. Zambia has scored, but it's offside. It's offside. They were caught sleeping there. And they can side with relief really. The assistant referee really saw an infringement inside that box. Otherwise, not properly picked there. Let's see what the problem was. The second player to touch that ball was offside. Isito, they do much better this time around. Can they clear their lines in good time? Onside! Twice the ball has come across the face of the goal, and the Zambians have failed to deal with it. There's an opportunity, and they know very well that that's a less. They've let them off really.
Clearly wasted. Three Zambian players let the ball pass through, and the one that got it ballooned it over the bar unnecessarily because the other players were unmarked.
Botswana living dangerously there. They're giving possession away. The goalkeeper there, you really have to be very tight on the Zambians. You cannot afford to give them easy balls like that. They really have to be decisive when they clear those lines, putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. And now the captain will be spoken to and he will have a yellow card. This man, I don't know whether because Adriano has scored 6 goals, has surpassed him, this can affect his judgment. Just that he will seek personal glory more than the team's. Kangwa! Goal is beautiful. Kangwa! This man is very deadly. He's deadly. He deceived the goalkeeper. And now Zambia have taken the lead.
Wonderful take indeed. The defense didn't move. The line didn't move. The goalkeeper, he made the ball when it was already off the bar. These corners are very dangerous to Botswana. You know, we are not really defending well at the back. Thunderbolt is the bar.
Against the pole, they claim it's another corner, but really the goalkeeper didn't touch that ball. It hit the goal post, but they have awarded another corner there. So 6 now to Zambia. This is a completely different team from the one that he used. This time around, he has no player in this particular team was there last year, unlike Zambia, who have got 8. In talking to him, he says he's preparing for other tournaments that are going to be coming the way under 20, and most of these Zambians are not going to be part of that team. Easy goal, really. The goalkeeper there should have done better. And Kizito Chielo scores the second goal. The midfield has collapsed, really. Ball watching, and Kizito has punished.
The two birds have been untouchable thus far. Platinum Stars versus Morocco Swallows. Tinela Postcard. Arrows, ma'am. Ticket out Ajax. Mara, this is the league, Baba. Now that's the hour. Golden Arrows versus Ajax. We love it. It's Super Disky on Super Sport. Proudly brought to you by ABSA.
Creatures great and small this December. Steve Leonard visits one of Africa's most beautiful game reserves, the Irindi Game Park in Namibia. Wildlife filmmakers dive the Mediterranean's treacherous Messina Strait in search of a forgotten giant of the abyss. And in a land of fire and ice, beauty dances with death in a never-ending ballet. DSTV, so much more to explore.
La Liga, a league in a league of its own.
DJ Tools, Baba.
The search is over. The next face of SA house music has arrived. Introducing King P. Check out the exclusive behind the scenes of Channel O's Think You Can Do Better winner, King P, as well as a premiere of his first music video from his winning house song, The Music Is Calling. Tune in Thursday, 8 December, 5 p.m. only on Channel O.
The Orange Africa Cup of Nations 2012 is coming to SuperSport. Catch all 32 games live and in HD. With Portuguese commentary on all games. Expert in-studio analysis of every match. A dedicated 24-hour football channel. And roving reporters providing up-to-the-minute news and behind-the-scenes access. AFCON 2012. Who's your money on? Exclusive to SuperSport.
Okay, lights, camera action. It's more fun than you can imagine. The glitz, the glamour, party all the time. Yep, VIP style, more stars in the sky. If you like what you see, then see what you like, and you'll never get bored. We're gonna excite you. Yeah, whether boy or a girl, make your couch the globe and sit on top of the world. Click, click. I can show you what's on the news. Click, click. Show you the new movie from Dude. Click, click. You think my music video is cool? Click, click. Heck, you bet I got something for you too. Hey, get your crew over last year, groove and in I got a casa, mina yes man move. Hey, okay, now the scoops are boots. When you pump this shape, because you're tabuga. Pump it. And I say, get your crew over last year, groove and in I got a casa, mina yes man move. Hey, okay, now the scoops are boots. When you pump this shape, because you're tabuga. Pump it.
wonderful sporting time of the year on DSTV. Things get festive out on the pitch as the boys of the Barclays Premier League look to bag some end-of-the-year goals. SA and Sri Lanka look to exchange everything but best wishes in a 3-test series. The action starts on the 15th. And the NBA finds out who's sporty and who needs some spice. Catch it all live on ESPN. Enjoy your sporting fest this month on DSTV.
This holiday season on Supersport HD, Bayern and Dortmund lead the way in the Bundesliga. Rugby's biggest party comes to Nelson Mandela Bay. With Staynan colours on top of the world, it should be a good Christmas. The big boys will look to finish this year on a high in the ABSA Premiership. And the Barclays Premier League doesn't break for the holidays. This December, the Bundesliga, HSBC 7 Series, SA versus Sri Lanka, the ABSA Premiership and the Barclays Premier League. HD and sport, made for each other.
And like a skipper wire, fire. The two birds have been untouchable thus far. Platinum Stars versus Morocco Swallows. Tinala Postcard. Arrows, ma'am. Ticket out Ajax. This is the league, Baba. Nalaziawa. Golden Arrows versus Ajax. We love it. It's Super Disky on Super Sport. Proudly brought to you by ABSA.
Reshapo. Ready now, sir? Hey, why hand the kick off of all this? Welcome to Mulipolole Sports Complex for the second half of the second semi-final. It's Botswana up against Zambia. Botswana with everything to do, really. There are 2 goals down. The goals that have been scored by Evans Kangwa as well as Kizito Chielo. So Zambia looking pretty good there with their 2 goals. Botswana even to chase the game. Of course, it's the semi-finals. Only one place available in the finals there. Already Angola in the finals and Zambia looking to be on course to defend their title. There they go again, Alex Sichone! The goalkeeper does very well to collect that one there. Zambia starting off where they left Eddie.
Zambia seem set to continue the domination of this tournament, having won it in their last 2 outings.
They are hoping to make it a hat-trick, 3 in a row. Zambia, they won it in 2009, defeating South Africa, and then they came back again 2010 here in Botswana to win it. Here they are on course to defend their title. And I can tell it's not going to be an easy game if they were to win against Angola. And I'm sure it can never be easy for anybody, just as it won't be easy for Angola against Zambia. Such has been the level of competition here at COSAFA. And the Zambians have been very clear about what they wanted to do in this particular game. The captain doing well there. Sakala will have another chance. It's that dangerous man again there. Ronald Kampamba, and then Ghana player there.
Botswana has to do better in the midfield, like we said in the first half, or else you are still going to see an avalanche of goals here.
I don't know, the plan from the coach would have been, he had really seen this danger, and that's exactly how Zambia play. He had foreseen that Zambia were going to play like this. He decided to he opted for 3 midfielders, and I think it's just that the midfielders did not take his instructions very well. And sometimes you really cannot, don't be mistaken to read that country to be Ambia. It's Zambia. I think the T-shirt, the Z missing, and Sichone's shirt there. Caught. They are not very competitive when it comes to those 50-50 situations there, the young Zebras. Sakala. Sakala, can he provide a cross? He does very well there in Klebakwena to redeem himself. And it will be a corner kick, the first of the second half, really. 9 for Zambia. Botswana with a solitary corner kick. That should tell you about the pressure in this particular game. It will be Bruce Musakanya. It's a poor ball, really. Rather, it was Patrick Sakala. Sichone. Kizito. I think he has smelled something here. He's smelling something here. Zambia, they're going to allow him in that box. And the midfielders really still resorting to what they were doing in the first half, really. They don't join up when they don't have the ball. So that has been the difference in this particular game, really. They would have to up their game. And of course, as the host country, always that pressure to do very well. And this Zambian team has got great experience, it must be said. And this Botswana team, they are playing for the first time, all the players really in this tournament. And for Zambia, 8 of those players, including Evans Kangwa, Ronald Kampamba, Alex Sichoni, were all here. Good shot, really. That was a very powerful shot there by Uno Basambaiwa. This boy will go places.
Good try indeed. The goalkeeper was not expecting it at all, and anything could have happened.
Botswana, they are preparing to make substitutions there. Mpokaswane as well as Kabelo Sakanye will come on, and it will be Mila who will go out, as well as Mukotedi. They really did not have the best of the games, really. And so let's see what Kaswane can do. As well as Kabelo. They have really been not put under pressure, the Zambian defense there, really. Kaho will play the ball to is the new man, KD. He will engage Eric. Eric on that run. And nobody running on the other side of the ball, really. They all have to run at the back. We've got to have a striker who has to cut in across to the other side, really. There. Bauleni. He will play the ball forward, and Zambia will play outside. Let's see whether the two substitutions can inject a little bit of oomph and life into this game.
The defender and the midfielder have been introduced. A midfielder that have been introduced into this game. So you wonder whether the midfielder is going to be defensive or offensive.
In the previous game, really, Kaha was playing an attacking role. And Paul can always be very instrumental. Kaswane, he plays for Flamingo Santos in the B-Mobile Premier League in Botswana. He's a very useful player. He's a defender, cup midfielder, and he's not scared to go forward, really. So perhaps the coach relying on the fact that in him you have 2 in 1, really.
Because as it is with 2 midfielders that are playing in the midfield for the Young Zebras now, and the 3 men or 4 men at the back there, all the back liners are not mobile, so you need somebody who can actually move from the back.
Let's see Eric with that ball there. Almost an on goal, it could be a corner kick. It will be the second for Botswana, the second in the second half as well. And it will be Eric Molefe. He's been taking very good corners, Eric. Let's see whether they can connect to this one. Yeah, good corner. The goalkeeper carries very well. Moses Mapulanga.
It was good positioning from the goalkeeper, good positioning of the defense, of his defense also.
This time the Zambian defense doing very well. And the captain Moses Siansumo, the And the coach for Botswana really wasting no time in trying to tell the crowd that we will try and win this game. It's not going to be easy because Zambia are very, very strong. They are very, very, very resolute. And it looks like they are on course to defend the title.
With the Zambian team, they never take anything for granted. They are always serious in each and every game, despite of their so much confidence.
Let's see what they can do here. Sakala dribbling himself, really leaving the ball behind. But you'll put in a ball there for Evans Kangwa. For all top goal scorer back home in Zambia, Evans. And he's been linked to Orlando Pirates already. So a lot of these youngsters really looking forward to establishing their careers. And of course, Kusafa is a stage where African legends are born. And it's been a very successful tournament, full of goals, it must be said. Zambia, one of the top goal scoring teams in this tournament. 4 against Mauritius, 5 against South Africa, 3 against Tanzania. So clearly they are goal scorers, Zambia.
They have 15 goals so far in this tournament.
Let's see what Botswana can do. They look a little bit rattled. Kaho on the ball. The crowd here has been kept very quiet. There's another chance. But Zambia will do very well here to clear their lines. Mbokaswan. Is this possessed? Zambia on the attack. Ronald Kampamba. Evans Kangwa. Evans Kangwa. Play the ball back to Sichoni. They will switch it wide to their captain. Can he keep it in? Yes, he does. Moses is dispossessed and the referee will give him a free kick.
That is I think it's a soft one there.
Free kick just in front of the Zambian crowd there. They have come in large numbers as well, Zambia, to support their team. And Zambia will have another chance to go at the Zebras to test that defense and test that goalkeeper. And it's Alex Sichone, the Red Arrows player. Good ball, but they are sent backwards there. It's a very tame shot, and now will easily collect.
Large crowd here at the Blue Sports Complex, but still failing to give the Zebras this necessary support, necessary courage that it needs to win this game. But we must say the crowds here should be commended. They've been clearly behind the home team, which has so far failed to deliver.
Zambia will launch another attack. And he's a goal scorer who tries from afar there, Kizito Chielo. He plays for Green Eagles in Zambia. And Zambia are very quick. Once Botswana have the ball at the back there, they press, something which the Zebras are not able to do. Their defense can really kick the ball easily. No pressure at all on them. But it's a completely different story for Zambia when Botswana tries to have that ball. Khaswane, good ball. And he fails to really connect with that ball there. Kawo. And the ball will go out. They are not used to play in front of these larger crowds, the young Zebras. It's a completely new team for them. And save for Botswana has been playing in front of larger crowds, but for these particular individual players here, they would have been content with just smaller crowds back in their schools, where most of them have been doing Form 3 and Form 5. This is the danger man. He's been starved of supply really. No supply at all for him. Good ball, but it's an outside ball. They will have a throw in. And,
but clearly we have not seen any cohesion in the Zebras team. We haven't seen them really holding onto the ball, being confident on the ball, exchanging the balls. They're trying to take the balls forward. The balls are not working for them because the Zambians are also in numbers at the back.
It will come with time, I suppose. They have not been together for long. This team here for Zambia, these players have been here for more than 5 years in this COSAFA Cup, most of them. And clearly you can see they've invested in this cup, Zambia. They so desperately wanted to retain it. And they are on the way to doing that. They are easily dispossessed, these youngsters. And the Zambians are very physical. They're slightly older than these Botswanales, not in the sense of for the tournament, but rather a lot of them really are at 19. So they won't take any further part in this tournament next year. Whereas some of these Botswana players do have a couple of seasons in this tournament. So Hoko offside. They are delaying with playing those balls. He's really stuffed. You need the kind of a midfielder who can feed him very quickly. He's desperate for action, really.
Yes, he needs some supply there, which is really, like you've already said, it's not coming. It's not coming his way. We saw him make good runs against Swaziland. One would expect him to do better in this game, but he's not getting the balls. He's not getting the supply.
Moses Mapulanga. And Zambia will clear the lines there. It's a quick ball. That's played to Amos Simwanza. And Simwanza will play with his goalkeeper. But even then you can see not too much pressure on them. They can even afford to pass the ball in between themselves, the goalkeeper and the centre back there. Moses Siansimo. Look at where he is, Siansimo, at the end of that pass, really. And if Botswana can go on the counter, he's supposed to be at the back. Maybe they can make them pay, but then again they lose possession and Zambia can attack them. Moses will cross the ball, but Botswana will deal with it. And they'll play the ball to Kabelo Sakanye. There he is, he's the danger man! That's how he is, this man. He's stuffed of supply. Every time he gets the ball, he gets busy.
He definitely has the potential to do miracles for Zebras, this player. Only if he can get the supply he needs. Good ball, good save.
I have full admiration for him, really. It will be that corner for Botswana, and Zambia now are going to put in that man with the referee makes his way. I don't know what the problem is, but Zambian number 2, Gondwe, will come on. He's the long thrower, this man. He can throw the ball very hard and long. So they'll be hoping to utilize that aspect of his game. What can Botswana do here? It's a good corner, but Zambia will clear. And it will go out for a throw-in.
Kondo is also a defender on a so it means the coach is really not really trusting his defense now, because Botswana is slowly coming up into the game.
It's the sensible thing to do. Malawi were 2 goals up. They decided to be much more adventurous. They ended up losing the game. He's 2 goals up now. He wants to shut the game, shut the door, because it's in the bag, but the bag is not yet closed. So you never know what might happen there. So the cat can just go away. Let's see Karo there. They'll play the ball wide to Khaswane. He tries to engage the player, but they lose the ball. Let's see what they can do on the counter. On this side of the ball, he spots Khaswane, comes stylish as well. Baulene, speculative really, with that attempt there by Baulene.
Desperation there on the Zebra side, but slowly but slightly they're trying to regroup. They're trying to find this man, hoping that he might slot just one in. Missed there, but a good effort.
Desperate times call for desperate action there for Bauleni. And then Gondwe will play to his captain Moses. And then it will be Chielo. Very busy the other side there, Evans Kangwa. But this man here, Buyane, has been solid. It was an audacious free kick really from Evans Kangwa that set the ball rolling for Zambia. And once they took the lead, they couldn't look back really. There he is with that long throw in I told you about. Most goalkeepers have found it very difficult really to deal with that throw. You saw that when they were playing against Mauritius really. Now, and they will play the ball just back to Zambia, not able to keep possession really.
Zambians have done well so far, managed to absorb pressure, managed to come back into the game and take control. The team has had plenty of time to train. The coach had 45 players at his disposal to choose from. He chose only 20, a pool of talent in the Zambian team.
Very useful players they have. That is why 3 of them actually are involved in the senior team. Evans Kangwa as well as Ronald Kampamba, among the 2 that are going to be we have been invited really for the senior team as they go for the AFCON. There he is, Unobatsa, and Kaho with an attempt, and the ball goes wide. And the coach really talking to Kaho to say, calm down a bit, don't rush your chances there. Of course the crowd will be very angry, but he's the father to them, he knows how to speak to them. Evans Kangwa, he's been policed by Buyano Komoto. He wanted that goal to be a top joint goal scorer with Adriano. He got the goal really. An audacious free kick, it must be said. And, he's looking forward to go out.
But the Zebras have done very well to contain him so far. He hasn't had a chance to score against the run of play. The credit should come to the Zebras defense.
There's that long throw in once again, and Zebras can go on the attack. Clearly that has to be a foul with a card. Otherwise, why would the referee stop the game really? I don't understand. Eric. Poor from the referee really. If you are going to stop the ball when the team has possession, it's either because you are going to issue out a card or really you've got to let the game flow. Bamali the Tabani from Zimbabwe really slightly off pace with this game there.
Still got a lot of inconsistency in this COSAFA tournament. The referee side yesterday, on Tuesday we saw lots of decisions that were questionable made by the referees, but South African referee has just managed to do well in the previous game.
He's much more used to a much more rigorous league there in South Africa because he's one of the top referees in the league there as well. Kaho will get to the ball. Can he get past the defender there? Looking for support, he will get it. It's a good ball, but doesn't go beyond the defenders there. Moshe a little bit slower there. Evans Kangwa plays the ball to Simwanza. Evans Kangwa. They take a shot. The goalkeeper does very well to save. Good call by the number 6 there. Good shot really for Shadrach Malambo, the Red Arrows player, and the goalkeeper really did very well to parry that for a corner. Look at that for a shot.
It was wonderful from the Red Arrows player. The goalkeeper did very well there.
That ball was dipping in really.
It's a very difficult ball.
Zambia, you sense they realize that Botswana has been able to stop them from playing the way they wanted to. They are no longer dictating the game really. That is why the coach opted really to become a little bit more defensive really. Can they increase the tally from this corner? Kangwa! That was another chance really. And this man is deadly.
He's had a very difficult game against Zebra so far. He hasn't been able to take control. but still remains dangerous.
The crowd hasn't moved an inch really. They remain optimistic, really, because for this game is anything but optimism really for the Zebras, because doesn't look like they just need a goal really that can ignite their revival, but as it is, pretty difficult really for them to come back in this game. Zambia on the attack now. That's Bruce Musakanya. And they are dispossessed. Botswana on the counter. What can they do? They throw the ball to Kaho. Kaho will engage there. Kabo, where can he play the ball? Is it going to let it go out? Kaho, head from behind. Surely the referee has to issue out a yellow card here. Surely. That will be a yellow to the number 15, Amos Simwanza. Look at that really. Hacked him from behind really. Didn't play the ball. And the young man should really pick himself up because they don't have this time. He needs to get up really, unless he is seriously injured. And the coach, have he exhausted his substitutions? Mr. Mataku there? Has he?
It looks like he has.
I thought he brought on just 2 players there.
Is it 2 or 3?
Kaswani and Kabelo. It does look like he still has a substitution.
Still remaining with one substitute, but good decision by the referee there to award a yellow card. He was far away from the ball, but his eyes never got off the ball.
Can they swing this one in here? Let's see how they are going to be able to defend this one here. They let it go. That's a good ball. This crowd here, there's no space really. It's been a very good crowd, it must be said. Capacity really, tagged to the rafters, and waiting for a goal. It doesn't look like it's going to be, but you've got to credit Kosafa here. The attendance has been very good for a junior tournament like this one really. I was actually watching the Sakafa tournament for the seniors with numbers getting to hundreds and 200 or so per game. And here, clearly, the crowd has been very wonderful, it must be said.
Osama should clearly be commended for this. He did a lot of publicity for this tournament. It has really paid off. Good attendance here, actually a record attendance in this semi-final clash.
It is. They will have to match this with the finals, really. I doubt whether they can surpass this kind of crowd. Botswana will get a second bite at the cherry, really, in the losers' finals against Malawi.
Get a yellow for delay.
It's time wasting really, it is. Goes to the captain. Moses Siansumo. So yellow.
Second yellow for Zambia in a row.
Now 3 of their players are on yellow. Bruce Musakanya, Moses as well as Amos. Moses taking his time. And it will be a goal kick to Botswana.
Actually a foul.
Never saw any foul there.
See why they have placed
I
the
don't
ball.
know why that pass was necessary really from the goalkeeper. Should have kicked the ball forward. So it was just a meter between him and the defender. So clearly I don't understand why that pass was made. It wasn't a pass that was eliminating any other defender. So when you are pressed for time like Botswana are just under 20 minutes really for them to try and get back in this game. And they're dilly-dallying at the back there with no sense of agency really. So they've got to grab the bull by the horns really here and go for the jugular. The coach really must risk now. He needs to risk. Go forward, put more men forward really. You would rather lose a game 4-2, 5-3 than lose a game 2-0 where you never really try to go forward. because you've got to be brave in this game.
So not an easy game for both sides, but Zambia on the edge. They've already managed to score 2 goals so far. The moments are slowly dying away for Botswana. The under-20 side here at Midfield Sports Complex. Good crowd here, but they haven't been able to see a goal yet from the Botswana side.
Sakala on the ball. Alex Sichone. Botswana can have that chance again. You play the ball backwards to Khaswane, tries a shot, goes out for a throw-in.
The shots that they try to take away, far away from the 18 area, are not really paying off really. They should be trying something else, because we have seen quite a number of wasted shots so far. Always good to make an attempt, but at least it should end somewhere.
Throw in there for Botswana. It has been the second ball really that has been disappointing for Botswana. Every time that second ball has gone on to the Zambians. Zambians taking their time really to throw the ball. They should be very cautious. This referee has been urging them to.
You'll issue another yellow.
There's the bench. They are very worried. Mr. Masako, assisted by Teenage Importer there. And Sichole will also get a yellow.
So 4th player for Zambia getting a yellow, 2 for delaying tactics, others for fouls, the 2 others for fouls.
Sichole. Botswana on the attack now. Kahosehoko. He tries hard, but no support there for him. All that they need is a goal, and this game will have a very good finishing in the last 15 minutes. Botswana will start from the back. Good run by KB, plays the ball wide. Good ball, can Eric stop it? Eric will. He makes that run, can he cut across in? No player. All the Botswana players, once there's a player who's on the other side, nobody cuts across to that other side. They always want to sit at the back. You've got to have a player cutting into the near post.
That makes it very difficult for the player who's holding the ball.
So all of them making their runs to one area of the pitch really.
Zambia having survived this tough Group C, just minutes away from the final of this COSAFA tournament.
It was a difficult group, yes, for them. Zambia and South Africa, that was a tough group really. South Africa played very well really in this tournament. Sometimes if you have to look at the goals that they conceded really, they could be flattering because they didn't really have a good tournament. They played very well, it must be said. Created more chances than Zambia, but still ended up losing the game. Kaho brings the ball very well. KB is taken from behind. The referee says he took a dive. Really should have blown the whistle there, the referee. Let's see. Cleans the ball there. I don't know why he's stopping the game. Although there's a player down there, unless the team decides to kick the ball outside, but they were content with carrying the ball there.
If you have to stop the game, you have to stop it instantly. Or else you let the game flow and the ball goes out, then you can stop the game. It was rather lenient on the Zambian players there. to let them get away with that tackle. It's clearly a tackle from the side. The Zambian player was very lucky there. Get away with it. Substitution there.
The referee will continue with the game as Bruce Musakanya is taken off and Noble comes on. Let's see what he can do there. Noble Kapotwe. Good ball. They all miss it, but the captain hasn't missed. What can he do? Good save. That's a goal line save, really. Wonderful save, it must be said. Moshe Kaongalele. What a good play. That ball was goal bound, really. Look at this header. Look at Moshe. Clearly, that was a goal saver from him. Baulenik. He plays the ball wide to Eric. Let's see what Eric can do. He places a very fast ball. Nobody there will be able to have that ball there.
A good defender should always be able to cover his goalkeeper. The player there made a decision and acted on it instantly to save the young Zebras from further humiliation.
The referee will award a free kick. And we'll see how they will do this one. Plays the ball to Bauleni. Bauleni there finds solace in Eric Molefe. Molefe will play back to Bauleni. Bauleni, good turn by the player Molefe. Bauleni. Bauleni. Kaho. Let's see what the Zebras can do. It's good ball. But saved there by the Zambian defense, really.
There was a good build up there by the young Zebras. But the Zambian defense was on alert. And they managed to stop them in time.
10 minutes left, and Zambia will take their time to come out of that area there. Botswana, they are attempting to go forward, but that's a chance there for Uno Batsambaiwa. Gives him a small push, then it's a corner kick.
But the defender there did very well. He didn't think for the second time. He just played it safely away.
And he had to clear that ball under a push. He was being pushed by Uno Batsambaiwa there. And it's a corner. Can Botswana profit from this ball, really? They played short. Good ball! Wide of the mark, really. That was a terrific chance for this youngster. He smacked it quite very well across the face of the goal.
Well taken shot, just misses.
Moshe Kaswani there. Evers Kangwa. They fluff the chance there. Gondwe will arrive first, and Eric does very well. KB plays the ball, but the striker there is brought down, really. He will recover and hammer, but it's a free kick to him. He will get a free kick, and Botswana will make a substitution. Karasoko will make way for Sanelo Mujanaha. The youngster there is taken out. He's done his part. Come as the hour, come as the man. Could it be the story here with Chanalo Mujanaga?
The straight swap, midfielder for a midfielder. But this is a supporting midfielder. Obviously, the coach is trying to get a snatch a goal there.
And it will be Uno Batsamba. He hits a straight back. The goalkeeper collects. And he will immediately play the ball out to Zansumo. Zambia conceded 3 goals in the first game when they were playing against Tanzania. They played 3-all. They also conceded against South Africa a penalty. And let's see what will happen here. Moses, Evans Kangwa. Evans Kangwa back to Moses. Zambia cheesing the Botswana defense there, but the captain doing very well there. Sapo Maipuledi. Zambia will be worried really. They had an easy game in the first half. Botswana has really made it very difficult for them. They have not been able to score any goal yet. And this man on the ball, he has really played very well, Moshe Kaungalele. KB has been leaving the ball behind, but this man has had a very good game really. And every time they lose the ball, he's been the one to tidy up really.
But the Zambian coach also should give him credit for strengthening that defense. You can see that the Botswana team was coming out all over the Zambians, but they were able to absorb pressure in the second half.
He will throw the ball back, and Zambia really at this time really looking down to winding down the top. There's a Botswana player who is down injured there, and the referee will stop the game. It does look like it's this man. He's really had a very good game, I must tell you. Moshe Kaungalele has been very busy in the second half really. He's injured, but he wants to continue with the game because clearly he knows there isn't much time left for him. But the referee has stopped for him to be attended. He needs to go outside. The referee, this referee really, I don't know. Otherwise, he needs to give him a yellow card for failure to go out. Don't be mistaken, this is Zambia. It's not Ambia. They've just lost a third, really. And he'll play the ball back. But, Zambia finally really searching for the colors that I think are typically Zambian. I think in this jersey, and the orange one, they've really found the true jersey for Zambia. And one will be looking forward really to seeing them in the AFCON. And yes, wishing them all the best of luck in the AFCON final for Zambia. That has to be a foul. Clearly that has to be a foul. It is.
That's going to be the fifth yellow card for Zambia.
Shadrach Malambo. And Zambia will make a substitution. They will bring on number 12 and take out Ronald Kampamba. Musesha Piri.
They are bringing in a defender and bringing out a striker. Moses Kambamba has not really done well in this game, but you can see that they are all out to defend. They are lead, the Zambians. This is the second defender that is being introduced into the game.
The coach also has to keep his players fresh, because you will recall that on Saturday really they have to play that final against Angola. So you need all your players there, but I'm sure Botswana would have tied them down really. So that has to be the worry from the coach. But I tell you, Moshe Kaungalele has really stood out for me in this Botswana team.
But a record 5 yellow cards, almost half the team is on yellow on the Zambian side.
Lucky for them, because straight away they're going for the finals. So they don't have to risk any other game before the finals. From here, they go straight to the finals on Saturday. That game coming live your way on the World of Champions Super Sport. Eric. Eric will play the ball back to Baulene. He will stretch it to... For some reasons, Botswana beginning to play very well now. It must be said. Haswane will play the ball there to KB. KB will play the ball back to the man who has just been introduced, Sanelo. He goes tumbling. You'll get another chance, really. And the captain will kick it forward. Moses, the Zambians now content with the 2 goals they have scored. They don't want to risk it. And the goalkeeper will collect.
The Zambians have taken, like I've said earlier, they've taken every game seriously in this tournament. They really were desperate to win this tournament. You can say they don't want to take chances against the Young Zebras, though they are leading 2-0.
They will come up against a team that doesn't play with fear, a team that always manages to come back from a deficit, Angola that is. So we'll see how they will react if they were to take the lead there. Botswana in the last 5 or so minutes of the game really played very well now. Not scared, getting on the ball. I don't know whether the pressure is now suddenly off. They have resigned themselves to the fact that they have lost the game, and now they can really play relaxed. Look at how they have passed the ball around really.
The midfielders have managed to cross the center line to give support and to be mobile. That is why the Zambian coach is now has resorted to at least strengthen his defense, because he could see that the Zebras were coming, the Young Zebras were coming at him.
Let's see what they can do there. It's Shisimba, plays back to the goalkeeper. Will they play the ball back? Botswana quickly wins it. They will have a throw in.
I tell you, this has been a very, very difficult game for Zambia. They didn't expect this, but the Zebras stood their ground. Even though they've considered 2 goals, they gave the Zambians a very difficult game.
It's a very difficult game, yes. And off your screen there, the fourth official there, 2 minutes of added time. Evans Changwa crosses the ball. Offside. He's offside. They are quite jubilant, really, this crowd here. They've been quite happy. They've been very supportive of this tournament. They know they lost really to a very good chance. Onside, the referee decides it's offside.
So the linesman
good to see Eddie, the crowd there, been very jubilant. Accepting. Sometimes when you lose to the best, you really have to accept it. There they are. They know that Zambia has been very strong in this particular tournament, and clearly they were the favorites from the beginning of this tournament.
Zambia are the defending champions. They've also won the cup in 2009. It's a very tough side. To have considered 2 goals against Zambia is not a joke, really.
Now we are under the added time. 2 minutes of that for Botswana maybe to get just 1 goal back. For Zambia to stretch that. But it has been a very good game, it must be said. Moses, rather Amos, Evans Kangwa. Good shot there, blocked by the defense there. And the ball will be played. And your last thoughts on this game, Eddie? Your thoughts on the game so far?
I think the Zambians have been very, very consistent. They've managed to absorb pressure. Credit should also go to Botswana side, but also challenging the Zambians, showing them that they were not scared. It's only that they took long to make that decision, but the credit should go to the Young Zebras. They really stood their ground and made us proud.
That's how it ends here. Zambia, too good for Botswana, really. And they win this by 2 goals to 0. All the goals coming in the first half. Botswana came back very strongly in the second half to stabilize that dominance, and here a goal savior really by Moshe Haungalelu. And very difficult to choose the man of the match in this particular game. Really will be very interesting to see how it does. And Zambia, they conclude the game by giving the thanks to the Lord, and really they deserved this win. Zambia, now they have managed to get a date really with Angola in the final game, so we will see how they will play these teams here. But the Zambians will go to their supporters. They came in large numbers as well here. They will go there to say thank you to the support here. There they are. The Zambians are quite happy. And this is the confirmation of the score. Zambia 2-0. They had the better of the corner kicks and shots on target really. But it is the two that really were of concern here. But so many yellow cards for Zambia, particularly in the second half. That should tell you that they were really under huge pressure. That's how it ends here at Mulepolola Sports Complex here. It's Zambia 2, Botswana 0. So it means Zambia will meet Angola in the finals on Saturday. Coming your way live on your World of Champions.
Gear up for Extreme on DSTV with high speed.
Yeah! Do I rule or what?
And dangerous moves.
That wasn't just a pirouette, that was a Porsche pirouette.
Get ready for bare-knuckle brawls.
See, fights like someone hasn't eaten for 5 days.
And hard hits.
Miss, bang!
Brace yourself for crazy cowboy.
That felt outstanding. That feels good to get on again.
Performing death-defying stunts.
When you love something, I think you're not afraid to die for it.
So be prepared, because we're taking entertainment to the extreme.
Bundesliga, precision engineered. The German Bundesliga continues. Only on your World of Champions, proudly brought